Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations. And I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2018 Innovation Award winner, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads, fathers, and male caregivers. It's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And being part of that movement, we have reached out directly and indirectly now to officially over 500,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. And as always, I'd like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. And good morning, Ryan Knight. And I think we'll be joined, momentarily by Roger Dundas of BuyBlacks.com. Yeah, there he is back. There we go.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. What's going on in your worlds?
Yeah, and congrats, Dr. Dundas, on the 13th anniversary. Is it the 13th anniversary, right?
Yeah. We started Buy Blacks February 17th, 2013. So
Nice.
13 years of surviving.
And thriving.
Yeah.
And thriving.
Definitely have to lean into that. That's
Yes,
awesome.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Gentlemen, good to have you here. Coming in at the last minute. You're just doing your thing.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
no problem. That's all right. That's all right. What's been going on this week?
But the whole thing is this this letter that was sent out by the board of the BBPA.
We will go into that after. So let me do this part before we go on break. Give me a win that you've had this week, big or small.
Ryan, go first.
Big or small. I just want to say congrats to everybody that's doing events this month. It does feel like a lot, but it does take a lot to put on an event. So each individual event for that organization does take a toll on the staff. And so I know we joke like, oh, Black History Month is always so busy, but each event is unique. And I feel like everybody's doing a great job. All the events that I've been to have been done so well. I just want to say congratulations to all the different organizations, all the way from Black History Society that kicks it off with their brunch to last night, BDC did their Game Changers, highlighting the Black entrepreneurship ecosystem. It's been really great events, getting to see people in person that you always just interact with over Zoom. It's great to get people in 3D, so it's been good.
Okay, Dr. Dundas.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the 13th anniversary event.
Yeah,
the vibe was just so amazing, and we had a chance to meet with some of the People's Choice Award winners in person.
Yeah.
So that was great. And then had a follow-up call with one of the attendees, and they were saying, oh, you need to make it into a bigger gala.
Hire Ryan Knight. Hashtag gala.
I said, maybe I need to reach out to Ryan Knight, the Gala King.
Well, it was great to see. I heard that some merch was being sold.
The merch sold off.
We knew that would go.
Camille, my daughter.
Oh, that's so good. Shout out to Marley.
Everything.
Yeah, Marley was on fire that night.
Fire.
That's so good.
She was on fire that night. So yeah, all the t-shirts sold out.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
But and who bought the first one?
Nice.
And so funny story, Roger. I don't know if I told you. So Marty said, do you want to buy a t-shirt off me? I go, okay. What's the biggest size you have? She goes, double XL. I go, oh, don't you have triple XL? She goes, no. I said, how many double XLs do you have? One. I said, sold.
Right.
Because I know if when she went away, it'd be gone.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's true.
Good call.
So Ryan, let me ask, how was the event on Tuesday? Was it the JCA? With the Black Jamaica and businesses, et cetera.
Yeah, so led by the Jamaican consulate, they put together a Jamaican Canadian business advisory. And so they had events, I believe it was either November or December, just trying to figure out what the consulate could do more to support Jamaican business owners. So the advisory, trying to put together the resources that do exist. And then the event on Tuesday was really a mini showcase of some of the resources. So ACBN was there talking about the microloan and the hiring grants that we have. Jam Pro was there talking about how to do business in Jamaica and the steps it takes to set that up. And then we had an entrepreneur, Shelly, who talked about her experience doing business back and forth in Jamaica. So really, I would say the genesis, this is now how do we keep the momentum going? And I know with people that I talk to, having workshops about Dr. Dundas. Is it a TNA number that you need to do business in Jamaica? There's some
TRN.
TRN, yes.
TRN number, yes.
Stuff like that, like an actual workshop to get it done. You know, like let's stop talking theory and actually some trade missions out to Jamaica and vice versa. Looking forward to seeing how we can really make that connection stronger.
There was an event once, and the tax people. Oh no, it wasn't here. It was in Jamaica. So I would strongly recommend people attend the Diaspora Conference, the biannual conference, because when you go there, you can get everything done at the conference. You can apply for your passport, you can apply for your driver's license, you can apply for your TRN number right there at the conference. They are there. The tax office is there, and they process everything. So they had processed. I already had my TRN, but they processed something else. They processed for me, and I can't remember what it is. And they did it like on the spot. I was like, wow, this is efficient. So the Jamaican government is very efficient in that way. I find the government is more efficient than the banks.
Wow.
That's been my personal experience, my lived experience. Government was, A, B, C, done. Bank, A, G, C, X. I mean, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, there's something with the Jamaican banking system that just needs to be corrected.
Interesting.
Over-regulation, or the like even when I was applying for the mortgage, the mountain of paper that I had to sign, and I had to go down to Jamaica National down on Eglinton, and it was a stack, like 3 sets of the documents, and then they got you to sign that and then sent that to Jamaica.
Like physically,
yeah. We just renewed our mortgage here.
Yes.
And we had a call on the phone, and they send the documents electronically, and then voila, it's all done. So that's more money. Right? So,
yes.
Yeah, it's very the systems and everything. The banking is challenged.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you wonder what it would take to overhaul it, because I know COVID forced a lot of Canadian industries, like our law system shifted to doing things over Zoom.
Correct.
Banking, they can verify you over Zoom now, and DocuSign.
Correct.
So what more could have happened to show them that things can be done online? Like they stuck through.
I don't know. I mean, on one side you want to say, is it fraud? But then even last night we got a scam call. Camille got a scam call, and the guy's talking, and he's like, calling from RBC. You see these 2 fraudulent transactions on your credit card. She's like, okay. One is for Air Canada, and the other one was for some other company. And it took small amounts, like $200 something, right? And then she's like, okay, so tell me something. What's your employee number? F off. That's what the guy said.
Wow.
Are you joking?
No. So that's a common thing. The scam calls is a very common thing in Canada.
Yeah.
And they just in Jamaica, scammer, but they're up here just as much.
Yeah. So that I was thinking maybe it's the scamming, blah blah blah. But it's all over. It's in the state. It's everywhere. Every country has that.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I think the banking regulation needs to change to move more modern. So I think that's it, pretty much.
Yeah. Like for me on my phone, if you value, your name is attached to your number. If there's no name attached to the number, that's what voicemail's for.
Gotcha.
Sometimes though, I've had situations where people are calling me.
True.
Numbers. So I tend to answer the call, and then after that I can decide whether I need to block this number or not. Because I'm in a constant blocking mode.
Yeah, once in a while I do that, but most of the time, if there's no name showing up, that's what voicemail is for. Thank you very much. Done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just be preventative. But I'm glad to hear that event on Tuesday went fine. And Ryan, you're in gala season. This is prime gala season.
Ryan.
Yeah, so shout out to Tropicana. They're doing their Black History Month event tonight. So I'll be attending that one. I'm on one of the panels. And
On
I think
tour.
Gene Augustine will be
Tour.
there. Alvin Curling.
Okay, on tour.
So that'll be
all
cool.
right. So what we're doing, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do a little bit of housekeeping, and then the story that Roger opened up with, we going in on that. We're going to go in on, because a lot of people may not be aware of it, especially in Black Canada or Afro Canada, as you want to call it. So we'll be back in 30 seconds. We'll shout out some people, do some housekeeping, and then we gonna do it. So we'll be right back.
Let's watch Black Canada Talking live on Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern, where Dr. Vibe and Cesar Demamusa give their takes and POVs on news stories from a Black Canadian perspective.
Let's watch The Morning Vibe live on Mondays and Fridays at 9 a.m. Eastern, where Dr. Vibe and Ryan Knight discuss important subjects between themselves or have conversations with people who you need to know about.
All right, we are back. Morning Vibe, February 20th. And so many people are saying, where's the time going? We're not even finished 2 months of the year, and people are going, the year's going fast. Oh my, oh my. All right. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube. Hit the notification button. We're now at 2,130 subscribers and growing. So thank you again. If you haven't subscribed, why not? But if you are going to subscribe, engage.
Okay.
Just don't engage and subscribe and don't watch. I want you to do something other than just subscribing. All right. Also catch me and the show on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Substack. Join the Discord group. Please email me at dr.vibe at the dr.vibeshow.com. Click on that link. Also, to advertise your business product or service on the show, please feel free to email me. There we go. Can't forget our good friend, Dr. Tachi. And little teaser, there's going to be an announcement about Dr. Tachi in regards to the Morning Vibe coming up real soon, but we're not going to expose it yet. And help shape the Morning Vibe. Take our 2-minute audience survey. Your voice matters. So click on the following link. I'll be putting that in the comment section, also pinning it on the replay of this comment. I want to show on this show, not this comment, this show. All right. So let's do this. We got some comments here from some family. Fitness IQ Cam says, morning, one of the winners of the People's Choice Award, best is it bookkeeping. Accounting. She was showing her wares, her big awards on Instagram, also with a picture of Roger Dundas showing off her thing. All right, her award. Because I say her thing, people go, what are you talking about? Her award. Let me just make sure. Good morning, Frequency Event Promotions. Fitness IQ, interesting on the vertical view. Yes, the vertical view. I've been having a number of people been chatting with me over the last week, and I have to thank Roger. Had some conversation with him a few weeks ago. Yes, we go on, especially on YouTube, full horizontal, full vertical. And it does make a difference in views. Also, I'll get to him in a moment. Finance IQ Cam says, big up Roger with Buy Black's anniversary. Big up Roger and the family. Dr. Harris is in the house. Good morning, gentlemen. He says, workflows are more complex to keep people employed to ensure bureaucracy. Perhaps there aren't many good paying jobs in the financial sector. All right.
Gotcha.
And Fitness IQ says, if I Google your number and it's not recognizable, me not answer. All right.
Okay.
And she says,
like that.
Where was the advertising of the Black History event from Tropicana?
I was going to ask that question.
That's a great question.
I'm in touch with them and nobody sent it to me.
Okay. And then
see,
because I went to the JC event, their turnout was amazing. Okay. And she goes, I just want to survive tax season. LOL. It is here. It is
season. She wanted to survive the tax season. Come on.
The tax season. Sorry. I was just going too fast. All right. So, Roger, you came to us with a story that I'm probably a lot of people would not even be aware of that was broken actually a week ago today.
It's not I wouldn't say it's a story. I mean,
it is a story because it's it's a next step of a story that's continuous. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. So a message from the BBPA email was sent out to the members on Friday the 13th. So I'm not gonna. I don't think, because of what I know, I don't think we're gonna get into it in much detail more than to. I will probably read a section of it. How about that?
Let's do that.
And then leave it there. Yeah, so it starts by saying, beginning in March 2024, the BBPA entered into a period of challenge and reflection that originated with concerns raised by members of the BBPA community, first at the annual general meeting and later through emails and correspondence. These concerns focused on governance, financial oversight, procurement practices, and transparency. As an organization rooted in accountability to its community and the broader Black community nationwide, the BBPA took these concerns seriously. So that's just the opening paragraph, right? So there's several more paragraphs. There's how we got here, what this led to, what the review confirmed, where we are now, and mission continuity, right? Which is amazing. I mean, I think that this is a long time in this whole letter. It's great that it came out eventually. It should have come out a longer time ago. I must say that based on information, the limited information I know, that anything that happened, none of the existing 6 board members had any contracts to their companies through the BBPA. As far as I know, there's none whatsoever. They have not been paid a dollar as they have gone about the business of trying to restore the BBPA. So that's one thing. They had just joined in November, I believe, 2023, somewhere in 2023. And then all of this happened when we did our article as well in 2024. And, at the time, there was a governance board and there were employees that were running the organization, which was a departure from like the era of like Pauline Christian and all of that, where those guys were running the show. The board members are actually doing the work. So this was a separate thing where, the current 6 and whoever else was there, they were just governance. They would meet, kind of give advice, but they had nothing to do with the day-to-day running of the organization. So it's pretty interesting. All the different things. I know that they're gonna come on the show and talk about it, so I'm not gonna go into any detail more than to say, since that article in 2024 that we wrote and CBC and everybody else, they have had 4 audits. 4, right? I believe 1 independent legal review, federal audit, and a CRA audit, and I believe it's the city of Toronto also did an audit, because those were the quote unquote major funders, aside from the forensic audit, which I think was initiated by the organization itself. So I'll leave it there. I'm hopeful that, because the BBPA it was a very prestigious organization. It is 43 years. Had the top award show in the country. The Aerodrome Awards was that thing that everybody wanted to get, all Black people, right? And they've done, in my opinion, they've done a lot of good, and a few people have done bad to kind of tarnish the name of the organization. So I'm hoping that they'll turn that corner and come back out stronger than ever. That's what I'm hoping. Nobody hopes for it to just go away. That's not the wish, That's not the wish.
Gotcha. And so I know under where it shows the 4 different audits and reviews that were done, like in their own independent legal review, it does mention, so the independent legal review concluded that there was no evidence of misappropriation or misuse of BBPA.
That's correct. That's correct.
Now they talk also about where they are now. So doing They still do their scholarship for students, Black students. They also do the Rise Up program, advancing economic empowerment, and program innovation, they said. So they launched the Diverse Beauty Series, sponsored by Sephora. So it looks like those are the activities that they're currently doing, but no mention of if the Harry Jerome Award.
It's not happening this year. It's not happening this year, for sure. I mean, if it was happening, if they have to start from September. I remember I was kind of involved in it way back when.
Gotcha.
Between 2012 to 2017. We would work in different capacities. As a volunteer, I volunteered there. I did the PR for it 1 year, I think 2 years, our company. So yeah, it's a different, it starts from September because you have to secure the venue, you have to secure the sponsors, and then you have to get your volunteer team together and blah, blah, blah. It's a whole process, so there's no way they could pull it. And you have to get the nominations in and have the team review every nominee and then determine who is the person that's going to win the award. So it's a long process. There's no way they could do that in 2 months.
Yeah, exactly.
In April, right? And we're in February already. So,
and then if it does come back, would it still have the name? Because I know that was something that was somewhat removed, or was it officially?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think that's something that the Jerome family will have to veto that and allow it to happen again. I think that would be the thing. But I'm hoping, because think about it, all the people who have one of those awards of Harry Jerome, the statue, and now if they change the name, it just you can imagine the Oscars being renamed.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The Ginas, so it's not the Ginas, and we have a Gina. The other guy has an Oscar. I mean, So I'm really hoping. I'm fairly confident that they can bring it back.
Gotcha.
I'm fairly confident, with the right amount of humility.
Is there value bringing it back?
I do believe so. I do believe so.
I would agree.
What's the value?
The value is that there's a lot of funding that came in for the Harry Jerome Award, right? That some of it, I would say some of it went to Black entrepreneurs. So if you're getting sponsorship from corporate organizations, they're buying tables and everything. Yeah, sure. I know they're using venues that are not Black owned, so that money escapes the community, which is a big thing for me. I wish we could find a venue that's Black owned or we could do this, but that's not the reality at the scale that they're doing it. The numbers, like they're looking for 1,000 people, right? So there's no 1,000 people Black owned venue that can accommodate that type of award show. So you got to go to, either a city space or I think they were doing it at Metro Convention Center for a long time. And then also down in the exhibition space, BC. I can't remember the name of the Care Center or something like that.
Yeah. Changes names, but yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that would be, that exits. But still, I feel like a lot of the people, like the talent that performs, you have to think of the whole thing, right? There's a lot of different parts. I wish we had a venue where we could also, have the caterer be, Black and, without any 20% uplift or anything like that. I really wish it could be an all-encompassing Black excellence event where everybody who's doing the event is a Black vendor, but unfortunately, yeah,
it doesn't hurt to aspire to that. And as we look at the landscape of not having those types of venues, so if we do an audit of our assets, who does have space? So Tropicana has a building.
225 is the capacity
at Tropicana.
Yeah, in that space. Now, in the main space, but they can accommodate like breakout sessions.
In different
in the rooms, and then of course there's the basketball courts. I don't know. They tend not to want to use that for anything but sports. So
right, and then so JCA, their capacity 550.
Yeah,
and ACA has a banquet hall in Hamilton. I'm not sure
I'm not sure of that one.
That one. It's probably similar to JCA or a bit less.
A bit less. I think. You know what? I think it's closer to. Don't hold me to it. Let me reach out to Stephen and find out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And where else would be an entity that owns a space? Is that
That's
it?
pretty much it.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. So, I mean, there's smaller spaces. There's a ton of smaller spaces that I know there's the lady who did our event planning for the Buy Blacks Restaurant Week kickoff event. She opened up a space I want to say October, November in Vaughan, but it's like 150 people.
Gotcha.
Beautiful space. She's really classy. So, her things look good. Right. And then I think what's her name again? Knowledge Bookstore. They have their space as well.
Okay, right. Yes.
Right. BLM had a space, which would something like that. Nia Center has a space.
That they had a house downtown somewhere. The BLM.
No, they took over a building, but I'm not sure what the capacity is.
Okay. Yeah.
And then of course there's Nia Center, but it's very restrictive in terms of what you can do inside of the performance space because no food and drink is allowed in there. So you'd have a panel. Let's say you did an event there. Let's say you did a symposium there, right?
Yes.
You could go there and you do the symposium in there and you do the panels and all of that and the keynote speak. But then you have to exit to go have a drink.
Yeah, yes. Right? And stay out while you have it.
Yeah, that's how they do it. They set up the bar in the reception area, and then there's a space upstairs where they can do the food.
Have you seen a different book list, a Blackhurst venue?
That's what I was saying. Blackhurst, sorry, a different book list. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen.
I don't know if they could. I don't know if they could hold 1,000 people though.
No, definitely not. Definitely.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
That's. But so let me ask. Well, actually, there's some comments here, so let me get to them. It's a question here from Wayne Harris. Are there a number of nonprofits and charities that have these award shows? Couldn't the Black North Initiative or the Black Opportunity Fund take over the Harry Jerome Awards?
That's an interesting perspective.
Absolutely. But the question is, Wayne, why would the BBPA give it up? If it's something that generates a lot of sponsorship and everything for them, why would they give it up to another organization?
But haven't they already given it up? Because if they don't have the name, couldn't another organization now go to the family and say, hey, we want to continue the legacy, and if we put in the parameters you need? You
know what, Ryan and Dr. Vibe, I don't know the legalese behind all of this. Mm-hmm. I don't know if the thing is trademarked and BBPA owns. I don't know. I have no idea how that deal was structured. But I think it would be, I'm going to say I know Craig wouldn't be interested in doing it. I'm going to say that, Craig. So if you watch the show on the repeat, say that I said it. I don't think he wants to do a gala show, right? Gotcha. The Harbor now, I don't know. They already do a gala. So
yes.
Why not
would West Hall be interested? Because this would add more prestige to the gala they're already doing.
Yeah, it would. It would be a totally different gala.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I have never attended.
I can't even afford those tickets. Like we got to come together and pool for one ticket amongst us.
I mean, as media, you typically have there's
true. Yeah, where's the media pass?
There's accommodation for us to attend, definitely for me to attend, but I've never been.
So Frequency Event Promotion says that's interesting. We don't have an event space that can hold at least 1,000 people.
Frequency Event Promotion, Chris. Would you be open to managing said space if there was a space that, let's say, a group of people came together and created that space, kind of like Pearson, where you can divide it into, I think it's 3 or 2. Even JCA, you can divide it into 2. Like you can have 250-person events happening. If you could get a space like that and just, a blank canvas, kind of like Metro Convention Center, and then we would need people in the industry to be able to manage it. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and also to making sure that there's regular bookings.
Let me tell you something.
Hey, that's a full-time job.
That is not. Once you have a venue that looks good and can accommodate audio, video, seating, and your caterer, it's game on.
Okay.
Okay.
That's nice.
It's let me tell you, so there's no issues finding clients. Think about it. Even in just the Alliance of Jamaican Alumni Associations, they have 37 active members
True. And
doing
you
it.
can, and that would just be repeat. There's 37 bookings right there.
37 bookings right there.
Gotcha.
So almost one for each. You almost got one
Every
for
week.
each week of the year almost already. And then there are other organizations that would be interested in joining that too.
I'm sure I would say even that the Black Diamond Ball would move there too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So like there's
It-
different OBHS. Just think about all if you got a
Yeah.
Black excellence space that
Yeah.
is fully up to scratch. You know?
Yeah. No, that's a very interesting idea proposal. Dr. Tachi says, "Good morning, all." She is on her phone, and also says, "Happy Freestyle Friday." Happy
Freestyle.
Freestyle Friday to you too. Yeah, that would be
That's what we have to aspire to. We have to aspire to owning our own stuff.
100%.
I would prefer for
100%.
it to be a non-profit owned as well.
Gotcha.
Kind of like how there's another organization that has their own space, a big one. When it comes back to me, I'll get in the States, not here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But they own their own space. Everybody is struggling. Like
Oh yeah.
you look
Well,
at the PBA.
now Ryan.
Roger likes to say everybody's struggling.
Now Ryan is doing well. Remember, Ryan is doing well.
Yeah.
At the end of the month, he has $50 left back after paying all this.
Thank you very much. Yes. Many of us have a little change left over.
Okay.
No vacations.
No.
Well, after January, no people are scraping to get out of this
Listen,
city.
whatever that slush storm was, Canada can take it back, because I was not a fan of the shift from rain to sleet to freezing rain to ice to heavy, and the snow was heavy to shovel.
That was the bad part of it.
Yeah,
The shoveling, dealing with the heavy snow was the worst.
Ooh, I'm not a fan of that.
I finally got my son to start doing the shoveling.
Hey.
He doesn't even ask now. He just goes out and he does it. I'm like,
oh, solid, good stuff.
Anything you want, son. Want a new pair of headphones? Hey, you got it.
Right. I gotta get my kids on that level. Absolutely.
100%. All right, people, chime in if you want us to chat about anything. We're just hanging out on Friday near the end of February. So Roger and I were chatting the other day about the whole situation of Black History Month. Ryan, you see, it sounds like it's going well, but it's interesting. Well, I guess we hear about events. I just hope they're well attended. But as I always say, I can't wait till March 1st to hear what goes on after that.
Well, I was curious to ask Roger, would the anniversary now become a staple yearly event that you would do during Black History Month, do you think?
Hopefully, yeah. So what we, I don't know if you remember, were you at the 7th one in 2020?
No.
At Tropicana.
No.
You were there.
Was that an anniversary?
Yeah, it was an anniversary event. So we kind of, so the people.
Okay, I didn't know it was anniversary. Yeah.
Winners are notified February 1st. And,
right.
We create all the physical awards and everything. And then we invite them to the anniversary event to take a photo with the thing. So it's really.
That's why I thought it was like a photo shoot. But yeah,
right.
Okay, it was the event.
So the anniversary event is like it's a company party. So clients, vendors, team members, of course, our peers in the media, all the different partners that we work with, the DMOs and all of that, everybody who is in the GTA. We actually, to be honest with you, we invite everybody that we work with right across the country, because you never know, somebody might be in town, right? We've had people like Ryan from British Columbia. What's his name again? Ryan.
I can't remember his last name.
Holtz.
Ryan Holtz.
He flew in for it in 2020.
Yeah.
Right? So we've had people come in like from Montreal, I think. So yeah. Right. So that's what the event is. And then, that one, we had drummers, we had dance performance, all of that. It was a lot of work. So now we just have the DJs playing the music, and people network and chat and everything.
Oh.
But that's the essence of it. It's an office party. Yeah, but Five Blacks has a lot of connections.
Absolutely. And that's why I see people are in your ear about, hey, this should be, I can see everybody wasn't invited. Like this could be easily bigger.
You know what? It makes sense to kind of do it like how the BBPA did theirs, where you kind of pre-tape the acceptance of the award, and then we could just play that and then have the person just walk on the stage and collect the award. I may be open to that in the future, and that way, you know, you make it a little bit bigger than the event.
So Frequency says, hi, Roger, great statement. Shortly, Frequency event promotions will be exclusively an event management CO tagged with providing current services, i.e. marketing, advertising, and printing.
Yeah, I think he would be a great person to
managing events.
Yeah, managing the space, because you know, and helping people with their events and onboarding them and everything.
Yeah.
Making
You
sure
also
that
need to reach out to oh my gosh, Charles from CMT Entertainment.
Charles,
what's he up to?
Matthews.
I haven't heard from him in a long time.
To him in a minute. Huh?
I haven't heard from him in a long, and I think his website, I checked, and I think his thing went down. The Jump podcast.
Yeah, definitely have to, because we reached out to him because usually MCs our symposium, and it will be like, oh, that day is busy, so no problem. But then in between, usually we chat more often. But yeah, I haven't heard from him.
Who's the MC this year?
It'll be myself and I'm gonna Adam. Oh, wait, I'm gonna get. AD.
Oh boy, you better get the name right on stage.
The name is Adunmi. So I will get, I know I have to practice. So a lady named, well, actually we're in talks about her emceeing. She was checking her calendar. So yeah, she was actually on moderating at the Federation for Black Canadians event, but she is a lead AI specialist at TELUS. So when I mentioned the theme of the event being building wealth through leveraging AI, she's like, do you know what I do as a day job? So I was like, we have to get you involved somehow. Yeah. So we're hoping that she can MC, and alongside myself, we would co-MC it.
How come you didn't ask me?
Every year we ask you. You don't ask every single year.
You don't ask me to MC. You just ask me to do.
You like MCing? I thought you just like presenting and doing.
We can talk offline if you want to.
Hey, okay.
All right. If she is
should I come off of this call? I feel like I should
turn it into a negotiation call. They can see a live negotiation.
Yeah, there we go. So here's Mr. Tim Frey says Charles is on Fire Radio.
Oh, Fire Radio. Okay. Check that out.
Is that part of 105.5?
Or does it go? No, but I'm actually gonna do a little quick. Good. You know, Tim Frey, you're a backroom guy. You know all these things.
Yes,
absolutely. He's like, I guess he's like CSIS.
Something tells me we got a chuckle out of Tim Frey on that one. I think we got. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just taking a look. Fire radio station. All right. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, we're gonna have to take a look into that. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. You guys can. Okay. Yeah, there's Charles Matthews. Yeah.
I'll reach out to him.
Yeah, lunchtime link up is your midday escape with good vibes, great music, inspiring conversations. Hosted by Charles Matthew. This internet radio show brings. Okay, so Charles is there.
Nice.
Yeah, we got to touch base.
How is so quiet about it though? Because if the three of us didn't know, that's
so Jay Martin is part of it too. So Charles, are you behind this?
Oh, gotcha.
Something tells me that you may be behind this.
I gotta talk. I'm gonna wonder how come Jay Martin didn't tell me that too. I spoke to him last week.
You see it? And I know Tim Frey is connected with Jay Martin. So if Jay Martin's about, I can see why Tim knows, and Tim hasn't mentioned anything. So it's like Fire Radio's going on, and
Fire on fire.
Okay, so
yes.
Let me just look here. Frequency Event Pro says Charles is great talent.
Absolutely.
Frequency Event Pro says it, Roger, it's time to connect.
Yes.
Ray.
Take me out to lunch, and I want my personalized cup to drink the drinking.
Nice.
Okay.
Put in the order. Yes.
Yes. Ray is here saying good morning. The best approach, in my opinion, is to purchase land and build to suite.
100%. 100%.
Perhaps an hour out of our city, pick up a few acres, make it a convention with accommodation.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
A boutique accommodation.
No. So what people like Pearson and Ajax Convention Center did is that a Hilton came beside them. So the Hilton runs a hotel. That's great. And then they have a convention center. So there's a first-class hotel right beside it. You don't need to concern yourself with managing that. There's too many chains that already do that. They can run their own show, and you are leasing the space to them. They don't own the space, right?
Yeah.
So what's his name? Ray. That is the idea. I keep looking around in Durham region for, let's call it wasteland. Land that nobody really wants.
Right.
And then that's the type of thing to do. Buy, like as he said, buy a couple of acres and then build it on that.
Gotcha.
It's just an open space, right? It's not cut into different rooms. You kind of have like the office space and at the front and the reception area, and then it's just big rooms, empty rooms.
Exactly.
Pipe to accommodate, audio, visual, and everything. And then you can bake in the rental business in there too. So rental of the tables and the chairs and the tablecloths and the piping drips. You own everything.
Yeah. Full production.
Extra. So the room is
one-stop shop.
One-stop shop. You don't have to go anywhere else.
Everything is right there. Frequency Event is bowing to you, I guess. Roger, before I forget, I'm very humble with your statement. Good, sir. We need to encourage and motivate each other over lunch.
100%, man. It's specialist is a thing, So you have a guy like Chris who has been specializing in this for decades.
Right.
Not years.
Ray is here saying 15 to 20 acres would be ideal.
Yeah, because parking. You want to have adequate parking to facilitate. If 1,000 people are coming to an event, you have to assume 500.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
So Ray's on the money, man. He's on point.
Yeah.
100% of the time.
100. Yeah. Banquet center.
But we need to move from thinking this thing and speaking this thing to action in this thing. Right? So you have to ask people, how can we do this? We don't want a one person doing it. We don't want want a leech-in owning it and just say, oh, well, I'm going to dictate or Wes Hall or anything. No, we need the power of the people. And I always say to the 37 AJA, I say, all this money that you spend on these banquet facilities, what if you took?
Well, here we go again. Tim Frey says, Roger just explains what I did at Palais Royale and Casa Loma for decades.
Gotcha.
What was that? Sorry.
I think he did event management as well.
Like, I guess
all
under one roof.
Got it.
And it's interesting. If we're serious, we should get together offline and have a conversation about this, because just here, the people that are in the chat, here, this would be a great think tank call saying, okay, because I didn't know Tim had that experience. Look at all those years of experience right there.
Yeah. And you want to structure the deal in a way that people can invest, right?
Yes.
So it would seem to me, and Ray, correct me if I'm wrong, REIT is the way to go. You set up a REIT, and the REIT purchases the
real
land.
estate investment trust, yeah.
And the REIT builds the property, and the REIT owns it. So whoever, there's still that income that continuously comes to the REIT. So if you took 100,000, 10,000, whatever, and invested in the REIT, you're gonna guarantee your rate of return, right? So I think that's the way to do it, rather than saying, somebody's gonna own this and this guy's gonna no. You want a structure that people can come in and give you more money,
right?
In a regulated, safe environment.
Like community bonds, be able to buy buildings. I'm not sure how many Black organizations have done community bonds like what CSI did to buy, I think the building in on Spadina and at Bathurst. They used it for Regent Park and in New York. So people are utilizing these tools, and I haven't seen a lot of Black organizations utilizing it.
No, Nia Center did also. All right, so I guess the question is, did CSI, does CSI own the building, or are they leasing the building like an extended lease from the city? Because that's what Nia Center did. They have an extended lease from the city.
Yeah, so CSI actually owns their building.
They own it.
Yeah, they have a mortgage on it, and the bonds cover majority of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So they leveraged that one to buy the other ones.
So Ray says also it is easier to execute that kind of project than most people think.
Yeah,
that's encouraging. I like those statements.
Yeah, he always says shout out to Tim Frey, Frequency Approaches, and Ray says also correct, Roger. That is one approach.
Okay,
gotcha.
So it sounds like there may be other approaches that could be examined on this.
Yeah, you know, the first step is find the land and ensure that there is the capacity to build a commercial building on the land. You don't want to buy the land and then the town or the city is like, no, you can't put that there.
Exactly.
That's not zoned for that, right? So you got to make sure you have that in place and you're working with the city or the town and then kind of step in that direction. It would seem, I always say that it would seem like the most inexpensive place would be the north of the city, kind of going up to Barrie, or east, because west is expensive.
Okay,
gotcha.
Tim Frey, again, Tim, you're like the undercover here. I built up Palais Royale in 2006, and we won the contract with Casaloma over Liberty and Daniel from the city. I was the architect and director of operations and director of AV for those two locations.
Gotcha.
Dang.
See, and this is the thing, Tim Frey.
He's keeping secrets from us, man.
Yeah, man, he's a Yoda. He's a Yoda. That's serious experience.
Absolutely.
That's serious.
That is very serious experience because we got to own stuff, family. And you know, we always hear this phrase that, you know, Blacks in North America have $1.8 billion of spending power. I don't like that phrase. I like $1.8 billion of investment power.
Yeah, well, that's where you have to shift how it's utilized. Because right now it's consumerism.
Yes.
Shifted to investment.
It has to be investment power, not just spending power.
Right.
That's we gotta shift that mindset, thinking about the investment power. That's I just want to put that out here because you always hear that, oh, spending power. We don't want to spend, we want to invest.
True.
Wow.
You know, we want to have investment power.
Well, we need to stop and invest in the things that can save us money.
Well, okay, look at the, it'd be great to have Ray McMillan and Tim Frey on, because they're just dropping some serious knowledge on China. So Ray goes, in a small community where jobs will be created, there may be more inclined to allow such a project. Quote, dead, unquote, agricultural land would be the target that can be rezoned for specified use.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Godfather is laid between Tim.
The only thing I'm a little wary about is going an hour out of the city, because I, for one, I don't want to drive an hour to go to an event necessarily. I would say half an hour to 45 minutes would be ideal, and you can achieve that if you're in Durham and you go north. You can get up there. So I mean, there's 412.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That 1 hour drive.
Yeah, that's spicy.
Yeah. Dr. Chat as well, is an investment different than spending? Yes, it is. I think it depends on the framing of the word invest. We spend money at, well, you may, I don't, I'll at Louis Vuitton, but it's at an investment. Stock in LVMH is an actual investment. Yes, invest in that company. I agree. Yeah. C Nurse K says, good morning, all. Doctor, I just received the key to the city of Toronto for leadership and community work. What?
Oh, a doctor. I don't think.
Doctor. Oh, the key to. a doctor just for community work. He saw the need for Asian-focused nursing homes and built one.
Oh.
Okay.
Do we have any Black-focused nursing homes?
Small.
Yeah, because didn't Pauline Christensen run one?
Yes, she does. And here's an interesting, funny note. For those who still travel down the Don Valley once in a while,
who's that?
When there's in construction, which is never. Notice that there's a hospital just south of the Bloor Viaduct on the east side.
Okay.
It used to be called Riverdale Hospital many years ago.
Yeah.
Guess who owned that hospital many years ago? Speaking about Black History Month.
Who owned
Then
it?
I'm Jolly.
Right.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
But not anymore?
No.
Well, you got out of the business.
No.
Gotcha,
But yeah, Denham Jolly. Oh, so look at this. Well, we got conversations going like crazy. Frequency of Events goes, an event center in Central Toronto would be awesome. It would be expensive. Expensive.
I'll keep it real, bro.
Expensive. Tim Frey says, would you travel 3 minutes on Highway 48 north of Major Mackenzie?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Was that Vaughan?
Yeah.
Or Highway 48?
Richmond Hill too.
Richmond Hill. That would work for me because again, for highway driving is great. For those who have to commute, that's like transit. There's the only catch there. But he goes, that question was for Roger. So I'll shut my mouth.
Yeah.
That's a Roger and Tim conversation.
Yeah, I would. I mean, right now we're going to events. We go to events. Hey, Ryan, I'm going to the Black Diamond Ball.
Okay, was it
what?
Coming weekend?
It's next weekend.
Hold on. Okay, say that again.
I'm going to the Black Diamond Ball.
Solid. You got your outfit. Camille's got her outfit too.
Yeah. So Camille's one of our board members gave us 2 tickets. Asked us to come to their table. RBC.
Nice.
One of our board members works with RBC. So.
Gotcha.
So Tim, that's the question. That's downtown. That's 50 on that day at that time. That's a 50-minute to a 1-hour drive.
Right. Yes.
On a Sunday, it's a 35-minute drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roger's going to the Black Diamond Ball. Wow.
I feel like I haven't been in 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Interesting. So Dr. Tachi, I'll just put many are instant gratification versus delayed. This is why most people broke a retirement. Okay, another that's more a Wayne Harris comment, but hey, we'll take it is involved in regards to investment and spending. So agreed. Point taken. Well done. Dr. Tachi's question is the lack of Black-centered nursing homes in Toronto typically because our community tends to care for our elderly by ourselves. Good question.
Yeah, or does that happen because there's no nursing homes?
Options. Well, and then there's the affordability part too, because
it is. It's not cheap.
If you can afford Amica, then
it's
go there. But
how many people can cheap.
How many people can afford Amica?
Not cheap. Not cheap at all. The Godfather says more people would be inclined to stay over to attend an event than even what you think. I think attend 2 or 3 events, and I attend 2 or 3 events annually where I stay over. It allows me to enjoy adult beverages and also be a relaxed.
100%, Ray. 100%. Because when I go to the Black Diamond Ball, I'm going to stay at the hotel. I have a time. You know what I mean? It's more convenient. Got the kids, bring them, just make a day out of it, right?
Mini trip out of it, yeah.
Make a mini
Makes
trip
sense.
Roger is going to the. I'm still trying to Black Diamond
Sean
Ball.
is gonna be shocked to see me.
I know that. I know that. Okay.
We used to work for him years ago, right? We used to do work.
So, I'm sure that's part of the reason. However, sometimes the care needs become overwhelming and or very expensive for 24-hour private caregivers. The government doesn't provide a lot of assistance with that. Nurse K knows about that.
Yeah, I think the government offers like 3 hours a week. It's something minimal.
So I
Okay.
have personal experience with that. 'Cause when my mom was sick and she came up here I think she survived for about 8 months in Canada. When the winter hit her, we put her back down, and then we eventually put her into a nursing home. So the nursing home in Jamaica was approximately a fifth of the costs of having her here in a nursing home.
Gotcha.
1/5. So then there's that too. So if you are not Scotian, because Scotian would mean that you have generations here already. If you're from somewhere else, then it's cheaper there. It's cheaper in Trinidad, it's cheaper in Nigeria, it's cheaper in Jamaica, it's cheaper anywhere else but
True.
North America. So if you can, then that would be the most cost effective. But it's not the most emotional thing, because you want to be able to see the person.
Yeah.
So emotionally, that connection would be broken, but at least you can afford it.
All right. So Dr. Chai says, I like how Ray said, quote, adult beverages, unquote.
Yes.
C Nurse K says, retirement homes like Amica are definitely more expensive than nursing homes.
Right.
Frequency of Promotion is curious, Roger, what types of events are needed or missing in Toronto? Maybe this is for another show.
But I can tell you that after COVID, most people have said there's a lack of connection. So I know there's like chilling and grilling, and there's all that has replaced like the events like the Cube events on a Sunday and all that. But I feel like there's events that needs to be geared, and I'm talking Black community now, more geared towards like the age groups, right? So you have the 18 to 25s, then they have maybe the 25 to 35, 35 to 45, over 45, singles, different, events need to be done. And we don't have as much spaces, right? I mean, if you think about it, go back in time, and there was Train Studio, had a lot of live singing.
Yes. Yep.
Spot. Believe me, bro. Thursday, Friday, Saturday night.
Busy,
right?
Gotcha.
There was also Harlem.
Yes.
Queen and Richmond, two different types of things happening.
Okay.
Both places, right? There at one point in time, there was also Real Jerk. Well, there's still one there, and the one at Gerard. So there are a couple more spaces that Black people would host events, and you'd see people run into people, and people would gather, and you could meet, people. But I think that's what we need, Chris. We need more. It could be paint and sip. It could be anything. More spoken word events. I know Dwayne is doing a lot, but there were more people doing. Al used to do stuff, and Jay was doing more. Like a comedy night and I think.
Well, I think one of the challenges with that too is cost.
Yeah, but the comedy thing was like
comedy did well. Yeah,
pay what you can. A lot of the things were pay what you can.
Yeah.
So what's happening is that the venue would pay like the artists.
Oh, to bring them in, right?
And then the artists would just promote the events, right? But I've seen where those things have declined. Right, like there were weekly. Like there was an event at a space in Kennedy Commons. What's the name of that? Why are the names escaping me right now? Kevin Veneer used to host it, so it was like different people would come up and perform every week. Gotcha. We just went from that to zero.
Frequency of Promotion. I think this is definitely a subject for another show. Just talk about the event, the landscape of event. Would be loving to get Tim Frey on if he could come on too, with his lived and real-time experience, because definitely it's lacking. Some things are lacking out there, but getting people who are more involved in the space, who are in that space, would be great. Kevin says a nursing home in the GTA is $3,000 to over $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
$3,000.
That's like a government subsidized one, and the wait list is 2 years long.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Ray, the Godfather says we still have a younger, mostly Caribbean immigrant population, so our population in that cohort is still relatively small. 1.8 million Black Canadians compared to 50 million Black Americans, Dr. Tachi. So it's answering there. It says, so making large-scale Black-centric retirement homes scalable may be a bit of a challenge. And he also says, train was the bomb. Enjoyed real same here. Enjoyed some really good
old
jazz
pictures
vibes
of this.
there.
I've never heard of train.
Norman Radio, Norman Otis Richardson, gotta hail you up. Legend, hashtag OG. There was an African club that was popping downtown.
I mean, even not Black owned, but there, you know, in the 2000s, there was so much more entertainment locations, like clubs and stuff where people would be going out. And now it's condos now. So
yeah, of course.
My friends' kids tell me that they go to bars.
Okay.
Now. So it's not the club, it's the bar. You know, it's a whole different thing, you know.
Fitness IQ Camp says having small talks at financial literacy events. Yes.
Okay.
Those are good too.
That's a good idea. Senior's Case says a gentleman created a domino club and there is a place that features Ludo, which sounds very interesting.
Where's that? Senior's Cave, we need to get that information. Send it to Dr.
Mirage.
Wow. Berlin. Remember Berlin?
Yes, Berlin. Yes.
Aura nightclub up at Young and Shepherd.
Well, was Twilight Zone?
Jeez, you're really going back in time now.
All right. Senior's Case says, Dr. Vibe, take the show in studio. You can be a driver of activity in the community. Yes, those conversations are talking more and more. Yes, take the show in studio. Yes, take it on the road. On the road. I have a place in Scarborough that I want to do it, and I'm going to reach. I had a light conversation a while back. Also, there was someone I spoke with too. I ain't going to go too far in that, speaking about that potential opportunity. So it's very interesting. Kevin says demographic shift. Once people move to the burbs, getting downtown over the age of 50 is a hassle.
Yeah, it's a definite shift.
Right? Hey, facts.
Facts.
I don't like going downtown.
Bro.
The traffic is.
So again, to Chris's point, you kind of have to do it suburb centric. So you have something that happens in Brampton, Mississauga, in Durham region. You know, you have a spot where, you know, okay, Sunday afternoon, like how they used to do it at Cube downtown. That was a wicked vibe. You know, it's 4 to 10, I think it was, right? So it's early enough. It's in the daytime, crossing over into the nighttime, and then you go home. It's not 2 a.m. in the morning. You know, you're getting home by 11, so you can still get to your bed, right? So
the best night in my time, the best night to go out is a Thursday night.
Thursday night. Okay.
You gone back to
you do on Friday?
Because Thursday night was just not, you didn't have the craziness of the weekend, but people just, you know, just before the end of the week, etc. Ray McMillan says there used to be a bar in Ajax that focused on global rums and live. What?
Rum Diaries. They had a shooting there and then they closed down. There's a new spot there now.
Yeah, great location with an outdoor space. Fitness IQ Camp says, LOL, I see Ryan was a club gentleman.
No, he's not. He's a gala gentleman.
Right.
Senior's Case says Ludo Restaurant, 57 Rexdale Boulevard in Etobicoke. There's your place, Roger. You're asking.
Okay, nice. Oh, in Rexdale, 54 Rexdale Boulevard. Oh, nice.
Okay.
Don't know. Oh my God. Yeah.
The Silver Dotto Elma combo, and which is now, is it closed now?
No, somebody took it over.
They were saying, I think they got city money to keep it open. Did anyone ever see a show at the Elma combo? I did.
So there is a place called El Convento Rica, which is now the Mod Club.
Okay, Mod Club. Yes. Ray says our kids don't dance and party the way we did, Roger. They meet online. Clubs was where we met our future spouses in many cases. A whole new world.
Yeah, my son goes to Flying Squirrel on a Friday night. and his friends come there and they hang out there. But it closes at I believe it closes at 11, or they do like until midnight or something like that, and it's over. But it's non-alcoholic, just the kids go there.
Senior's case says the Domino Club is mobile and apparently all are welcome. They will teach also. It was on the news.
Gotcha.
Oh, wow. And I played domino, so.
Fitness IQ Camp says, I would say 37 plus and community downtown is a hassle.
Right.
And Ray says, here in Jacksonville, Florida, there is a new approach for our demographic. They're promoting morning R&B parties, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., a different vibe. That,
Wow.
Ray, you are reading my alleged mind, because the last time I was in Jamaica, one of my cousins, he runs a Sunday thing from, is it 10 to 3 or 9 to 2 on a beach?
Gotcha. I could see on the beach, but an R&B party from 9 to 2, is that on the weekend or like just during the day?
Must be a weekend.
Gotta be weekend.
That's interesting.
Gotta be weekend.
So ungodly.
I do apologize. You have to hop.
Yes, we heard your notification.
Yes.
We'll see you on Monday, sir. Be well.
Sure.
Same to you.
Yeah. So we've got then we got El Macombo was like the United Nations, if you know what I mean, gentlemen. Yes, a whole different vibe. LOL. Yeah, I remember seeing.
Oh yeah.
That's a landmark.
It's funny. A lot of really big groups
Played the El Macombo. Oh yeah.
when they were just starting out.
Rolling Stones played there many a time.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, Tim Frey. El Macombo was taken over by the Workley Group just before COVID.
I remember.
All right. Dr. Ty says South Florida loves a good day party. And I'm thinking, when was the last time there was in the summertime a day party on the beach in Toronto?
They do one during Caravana time though.
Okay, outside of that, but again, it'll be a trouble maybe getting the space on a weekend from renting it for the city, which reminds me, it looks like Taste of the Danforth is coming back.
They were there last year.
Taste of Danforth hasn't run for a few years.
No, you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about that, because I heard a report on the radio that Mr. Rob Ford says he wants to says I'll put some money in it as long as Olivia Child Toronto money.
Who's Rob Ford?
Pardon me?
Who's Rob Ford?
No, Doug Ford. Doug Ford.
Okay.
Doug Ford.
I
Sorry.
know.
Okay. Tim Frey says Belinda Brady had a show last week, and Michael Williams hosted a show there this past weekend. So obviously the El Macombo.
El Macombo?
Yes, must be. Is that the El Macombo, Tim?
She didn't.
I have a feeling it is, but yeah, Mike, that's a person. I've had him on. I need to get him back on. True Renaissance man of not only just Black music, but Canadian music. Great. Ray said, okay, Tim goes, yes, El Macombo. All right. Ray says, on the weekend, indoor, outdoor venue, they are well attended. Okay, interesting. And says to Dr. Tachi, the day party is real Florida vibe. I enjoy them. I'm able to party and be in bed by 8 p.m., get my beauty sleep, LOL.
I've been to a few in Florida too. They used to have something called Sundays on the Bay.
Yeah.
Pines. And it would
Like,
just be
that would be
live music.
I think there's an idea there. Having it here, I think it would be.
Yes.
It'd be interesting to see how it would be attended up here.
That's why I did my thing 48 at Mascot, right?
Yes.
It's more like a day fit thing. I'm not into, because I want to go home. I want to be home by 10 too.
Exactly.
I want to go home by 10 and get to my bed.
Exactly. If you want to get that, I was going to say that market or that group of people out, you have to make it likable time-wise for them to come out.
Yeah. 100%.
Look at this. Look at this. Norman Otis Richmond. All right. Sam and Dave not speaking to each other, only singing on the stage at El Macombo. So something tells me you were there, Norman Otis Richmond. Something tells me that you were there. But this is good. This is good. Yeah, we need to have a show about events. in Toronto?
Well, you know, I mean, there are spaces, you know, that can host events. Like coming back to the whole thing of why don't we use more of the black-owned spaces that exist? Like Sugarcane can accommodate 80 people. If you wanted to do an event, they close at 10. You can do something after that on a Saturday if it's a smaller crowd. You know, same thing with Miss Littlemore's. They have a fantastic.
True.
They, you know, you have Chubby's, not 100% black owned, but still a little bit of black ownership there. And they're up in Brampton. You have Jamaica restaurant. They can accommodate 100 and something. So there's spaces. It's just why we're not putting things in the spaces. They're more than willing to work with you. You know, whatever you want to do, whether you're gonna price it and say food inclusive or
that's
complimentary apps or whatever the case may be, people will work with you.
Well, we're just okay. So, for example, I spoke with Roger, his experience with Mascot. He said it was great.
Let me tell you something. The management, the staff, it was so simple and easy to work with them. That was the thing. It was simple and easy. Zero stress.
Yeah, because, you know, I watch Rogers back and I see him chat with the manager. I'm going, okay, all right. It says no, everyone looked through that, and within 7 minutes, done, gone.
Oh.
Easy. I'm just going good.
No, he just said, you tell me what you want and I'll get it done. And he just got it done. Because at the end of the day, they're business people. He knows that on a Sunday, he wouldn't have gotten that amount
traffic.
Of
Yep.
That's just facts, right?
Yep.
So you want to pay the bills.
When I go to, because as I was saying to Roger offline, I said, when I saw the food coming out, I go, okay, we're good. They're going to be fine. They're going to be happy. Yeah. The food and drink. Ray says, in Guyana, the after lunch is how we partied when I was younger. The party starts around noon and ended by 8 p.m. Less propensity for violence, etc. Nothing good happens after midnight. True.
So in Jamaica, they do a lot of these day parties. There's a couple of different promoters that started this trend where it would be like 12 to 6. And it's all inclusive, right? So that doesn't happen here because of the liquor laws and everything. But down there, it would be 12 to 6, done. Go to your yard. Right? Go to your yard. Simple.
Jamaica is a great spot. Easy access off 407, 410, and lots of parking. Well-stocked bar and a great menu. Real nice space, too.
One of my favorites. That's where I take people when I'm up in Brampton. That's the best option that I see up there.
Yeah, there's...
In terms of dining.
Yeah, there's a lot of good... So Freakers Event Promotion says, what type of events do you see happening in Jamaica? Well, maybe Roger can chime in with that too.
So what's interesting is I called Jonathan Shaw yesterday, and he called me and I had a discussion with him about doing a singles event.
Oh.
Yeah. Singles.
Oh.
So Chris, let's talk offline about that. You can set it at a certain age group as well, because, you know, mostly women are complaining that they can't find any good men, right? So, you know, but then Jonathan's take on it was that it's going to be full of women and there'll be no men showing up.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So there's that too, right?
That's the thing.
But you have to try. I said, you know, try. And
experiment. You do the experimenting. You don't know.
You don't try, and you need to try and be accepting of failure, right? You can't just sit back and say, oh, I'll never do it because I don't think it's going to work. You just never know. You never know how it's going to go unless you do it.
Oh,
interesting. For me, I would, you know, if it's 100, and let's say it's 100 tickets that you have, then I would say 50 female tickets and 50 male tickets. Assume it's a heterosexual event, right? And then that's it, right? So you definitely have a balance.
So Frequent says this is needed. A single professionals event would be awesome.
So that's good too. So what you could do is do the quote unquote professional part at the beginning of the event. Let's say the event is from 6 to 11. So from 6 to 8, panel discussion and everything. And then you have 3 solid hours of mingling, dancing and mingling.
Okay. Ray says brunch events, sip and paint, live music, and as Roger said, dating events.
There you go. It's gonna happen, enough. It's gonna happen. I feel there needs to be a resurgence, because there was a time when Toronto was a cool place to come to. Like, people came here to party, to hang out and meet people and everything else. It seems like it's just Caravana now when that happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A Maribana? No.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
But that
they do have the ski trip thing up in Blue Mountain in January, and it's well attended. But again, mostly by Americans.
Yeah. Ray says, LOL, Roger, you are far removed from the dating scene. Men want options. I would say 65% female and 35% male.
Ray, you are correct. I am far removed from the dating scene. However, I do have a lot of friends or associates that are single, and they share their experiences of what is going on out there. So I'm kind of in tune. And different ages. And of course, my friends' kids who are like in their 20s, right? So they're sharing their experiences. When we gather, we talk about these things. Because I asked them, I said, like, what do you guys do for fun? Where do you go? What is it that you guys do now? And yeah, it's
interesting. So Kevin says, singles event, women pay double and men will come. LOL. Kevin.
I'm surprised that Camille hasn't responded to that. Fitness IQ.
Hold on. What is you talking? What's he, Dr. Tachi? Hold on. Dr. Vibe, Maribana contacted me and they say they want you to be DJ on the Michael Montano's float next year. No. Tachi, you're out of bounds, Dr. Tachi. You're so out of bounds. No, I had a very limited DJ life. Many years ago, I worked at a bar in downtown Toronto. Actually, it was actually across from the Metropolitan Toronto Police headquarters. And I was working there doing stuff, and they asked me to DJ for a week. And I said, a week, and that's all you're going to get. I'm done. No, I have so much respect for DJs. It is a art. So I respect it. Yeah, it's not one of my gifts. That's people like Roger, Jonathan Shaw.
Yeah, the last time I DJ'd, though, for an event was February 2020. Yeah,
wow.
They had an old school event, and the guy he double booked him, so he had to go to a wedding. So he asked me. So I said, you know what? I'll play first. I said, hire a real DJ, like a DJ that's actually actively working. I said, I'll come and play first. Both of them came late. So I played
from my goodness
to 10. And when they came there, the dance floor was full of people. That's all I will say about it.
Thank you. The Godfather says, Ray says, COVID and virtual interaction has really altered how we socialize, and not in a good way. We are by nature a very social people. We have to get back at it.
Just back to it.
Freakus, you're not paying attention. What? Roger, he does DJ. Not he can. He does.
Then on DJ. Right behind me, man. Headphones on up.
There you go.
Computer is over there. I have Chris, I'll send you some mixes I've just started to upload a lot of the mixes up onto Mixcloud, so I'll share them with you. Yeah.
There you go.
House music. For those who don't know.
Yes.
Everybody who knows me knows that I'm a house music maniac.
I am too. Soulful house maniac. Look, when I need to really
house, deep house, soulful house, Afro house, jazz house, the whole shebang.
Yeah, when I really need to get work done, I'll put a 2-hour house, jazz, soulful house mix on, leave it in the background. I'm so productive. I am so productive. It goes, yes, Roger, please do. So there you go. And Dr. Tachi says she loves house. Actually, the DJ Mick Ford was on last night on her platform. So she was, But yeah,
Well,
house
we
music.
spoke about me coming on her platform. We did
You
talk
guys
about
got to get it done.
that. Get it done.
Got to get Roger. Look at this. Oh, so the Godfather, bro. You need to set up a Spotify profile so I can enjoy your mixes if you don't have one.
I don't have a Spotify profile, but I do have a Mixcloud, and I'll share it. Ray, you know what? Let me write that down.
And Dr. Ty says, yes, you two have to chat. Yeah, the Mixcloud and Spotify.
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 DJ, and I've been in the business from age 14.
Whoa.
Yeah, but I quickly shifted from DJing to promoting because I realized, you know, the promoter would have the event and cut you a small amount of money. And I'm like, well, a second, if I did the promotion part, I'd be making more money. So that's how, you know, the first party I think I ever did was in 89. Think about that.
Wow.
Yeah. 89.
Wow.
Ton of money.
Wow. That's
Yeah. Hired DJs, 3 DJs. Played a set. I think I remember playing a set too. Like probably about half an hour, but I had so much work doing. I was like, yeah, I'm out. you guys got this.
So Freakin says we are resuming Fresh Fridays, summer of 2026. It is a party in all genres of music. This will be delivered all over the GTA. Godfather says music is my thing. I got the turntable and set up in my home and a nice vinyl collection.
Oh my God. Ray too. So I dumped Ray. I dumped all vinyl. I gave it away when I was leaving Jamaica. And also during COVID, I got rid of all CDs. I copied all my CDs digital. So I have all of that. All 500 CDs copied during COVID onto hard drives in the cloud.
Well, for those who have met my father, and Roger's one of them, he had an extensive vinyl. He sold a lot of it, but there's still gems in there and boxes of 45s.
Yeah, he had a whole closet full of stuff, Ray. Like, I mean, I went in there, I was like, what the heck is this? I was like, whoa. We were supposed to go back on, me and Jonathan were supposed to go back on.
Well, let's see if we can, when he comes back, we got to do, because you got, and he may say if you wanted some stuff, you can, well, you don't do vinyl. I know Juice Man may still want to, but so just to know how much I grew up with music, my dad is a member of the Vinyl Record Collectors of America Hall of Fame. That's all I'm going to leave. And actually, yeah, because every year the organization has their annual, it's over Labor Day week, and they have it in different cities. They have Montego Bay, they have Miami. One year they come to Toronto, New York. One year they were, I'll never forget this. I know my dad took me to one of the 1 year, it was in Mississauga. And you go there and there's guys playing there, and the guys are just watching him. just evaluating him. I'm going, OMG. And like, I remember, I'll never forget one of the songs that one guy played was there's a song by a group called, is it Mr. called Broken Wing, an instrumental version. And my dad goes, son, you know how much that piece of vinyl is worth? He told me, I said, are you out of your mind? 12-inch version. I go, yeah. So those guys are, oh, look at this. Freaking Event Promotions. Roger, you're shocking me. Well, if you don't communicate with Roger, you don't find out these things. I go, Ray says, big mistake, Roger. Vinyl is the best music form today for, quote, real, unquote, audiophiles. I just collected my uncle's collection from New York City. I paid $85 for the Burning album on my last JCA trip. Wow.
Jamaica trip. My first album I bought was Lips Incorporated, Funky Town.
Look, Tim Frey is still here. Goes DJ Nigel B. I haven't seen him in an hour. Has over 14,000 vinyl collection that was stored at one of my building units. Whoa!
1,000?
Wow!
Yeah, they do vinyl parties every now and then. I know that Jojo Flores and Nick Holder, They do them in
Oh
Montreal.
man, Nick Holder. Haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah. The mix I'm dropping today has a Nick Holder song on it at the end, closer to the end.
Nick Holder.
A drip. It's called a drip.
So anyone watching this live or on replay, have you ever seen Masters at Work live? I would like to know anyone that, and if they, I'm not gonna. Have they ever been to Toronto? I would, if they came to Toronto, I would go. I would go, like us, you know. And I know Jojo Flores comes here every once in a while. I think the next time he comes, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, they have a BPM thing normally in the Christmas time.
Yeah, but I would love to go see Masters at Work. I enjoy their stuff.
You know who's nice too? Jazzy Jeff.
Yes, too. Absolutely, I would go.
Of course, and of course, DJ started from scratch.
Yeah, I would just go check them out and just say a bit. I caught it.
Who on this call? Who watching this call used to go to Fluid back in the day?
You know what? I'm just taking a quick look online if they've ever been in Toronto. Of course, when I put in Masters of Work, they're talking about the Master of Social Work degree, not the. Of course, it's all about the prompt, everybody.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You can see, Chris, music is my thing, man. I think I listen to approximately, I don't know, probably about 100 new songs a week, I would say, through Bandcamp, Track Source, and mixes. I listen to a lot of mixes from different DJs just to get a sense of what they're playing in the different regions of the world. So
So Jazzy does this all the time. Yes, definitely, I'm familiar with that. And Ray said, "I did, Roger."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Fluid. That's a Fluid thing. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Dundas, I think you have other things to do today.
I absolutely do. It's coming right up to 3 minutes to my cutoff time.
Yes. So for people who want to touch base, all things Buy Blacks, buyblacks.com is the place you need to go. If you want to, you know what? Oh my goodness. I think I did most of this stuff. Okay. Because I think like during these, as you see, Bill, I got a multi-purpose. I think I'm just going to check to make sure I put all the contact information in the comment section. So just give me a second. Good to hear that Charles Matthews is out there because we haven't heard from him. And I'm glad to, geez, I don't know. Did I? Okay. God, business.
I didn't touch on the Canadian Black Media Collective.
Well, we can maybe talk. Well, if you're available on Monday, we have a Mix It Up Monday.
We'll talk about it on Monday. Maybe what we'll try to do is pull in some of the participants.
Because we'd like to get
potential members for what about it.
I don't know if I did it, but I'm going to just put buyblacks.com in all the comment sections of people watching this.
You know what? Buyblacks.com is great because once they get on the site, they can connect.
Everything is there. Yeah. And that's the thing for everybody. Have one link. Make it easy for people.
Buyblacks, top right section, you can connect on social media. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know if there's anything. I'm open to doing some collaborations this year. So let me know what you're thinking of doing, especially on the event side.
Also true here, yeah. And it's in the comment section on most of the platforms, live and replay. Love you to do a quick audience survey to shape the future of the morning vibe. Okay, look at this. That's excellent. Everyone did, as usual, a fantastic job. All right, so let's close it out. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube. Hit the notification button. Like the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Join the Discord group. Email me. If you want to advertise your business, product, or service, email me. Buyblacks.com is there. Ryan Knight is here. Me is here. Taplink at taplink.cc/the DRVIBESHOW.com. And again, if you want to watch replays of this epic conversation, it's on a lot. It's actually crazy. We are broadcasting live to like 9 different platforms right now, including YouTube. Or I hear a mix. I hear a mix. I hear a mix. So, and also thank you everyone who's watching on the vertical. And I'd like to get your feedback. How is it looking on YouTube vertical broadcasts? Be very interested to know. But we'll end off with this. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get smaller to get stronger. Block assumptions. Aim bigger, aim better, aim higher and wider. Love, faith, and respect. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And if you're not making money, make history and make it better. God bless. Peace, keep the faith. Walk good. And we'll chat with you soon with Roger DJing.
Thank you.